For Creamy Media's Polity, I'm Thabi Madiba, researcher and analyst. Professor Raymond Suttner joins me to discuss the Lille crisis, which reveals DA factionalism and extreme centralization.
Thank you very much.
What are your thoughts on the attempts to remove Patricia De Lille as the mayor of Cape Town?
It's quite difficult to work out whether this is factional, that people in Cape Town or in the federal executive have got want to take action against Patricia De Lille for factional reasons, or whether there are irregularities. Now there are more than one reports, and there's a memorandum on which some of the reports draw. So there are a number of allegations against Patricia De Lille. Now, I haven't myself studied these carefully. She consulted lawyers and gave apparently massive number of documents to the federal executive, which she claimed rebutted the allegations against her. So we don't really know whether she has done anything irregular or not. And I can't say whether they are acting in good faith to remove her. There may be very good reasons for removing her, but some of the reasons given in the Steenhuisen report, for example, were things which are really a subjective evaluation about her leadership style. You know, when you want someone to stay, you consider aggressive ways of behaving as a strong leader. When you want them to go, you say that the person is aggressive, hard to work with, things like that. So the same data can be used to support someone going or someone staying. So I can't really assess, but what I've seen is that the way in which this has been handled has been very, very messy. It's in public. It's in the time of a massive crisis. I don't know if it's the worst water crisis in South Africa's history. It must be one of the worst, because water is supposed to be running out sometime in April. And at this time, to have your leading figures in the Western Cape disabled also is a problem. Also, it's in public on one level, but the documentation is secret, and people are not seeing the documentation, as was the case in Nelson Mandela Bay when they kicked out the UDM deputy mayor. So on the one hand, it's factional, but on the other hand, it's not very transparent. The third thing that has bothered me, or not bothered me, because DA, I'm not invested in the DA, but what I find interesting is it's a very centralized party. All the time you've got the federal executive making decisions, sending people from other provinces to make an evaluation about the Western Cape, about Cape Town, it's supposed to be a federal party which decentralizes, but it's actually very tight, the decision making at the top.
With crisis, failures and factionalism under the Democratic Alliance government, do you think the opposition party could continue successfully governing the province?
Well, you know, this is the city of Cape Town. There have been problems in regard to Helen Zille's remarks about colonialism. However, there isn't evidence to show that the ANC, the strongest opposition party in the province, will be able to wrest control of the Western Cape or the Cape Town Metro from the DA. So at this point in time, it's the impact of what's happening now with De Lille, I think, will be more in relation to the national elections in 2019, which the DA expected to be able to win in alliance with other parties. Now, with a new ANC leader, Cyril Ramaphosa, hasn't got the baggage of Jacob Zuma, and the disarray in the DA in their showcase province and their showcase city is actually not going to work very well for the DA nationally, because they used to say things like, "Look at Cape Town, that's how we govern." Now, if in the middle of this huge drought crisis, yesterday or the day before, they purport to remove control of handling the drought crisis from De Lille, but yesterday De Lille said she's still handling it, and she's waiting for a formal decision before she hands over to a deputy. So there's even huge tension within the council while she is remaining mayor. So I don't think they'll be voted out in the Western Cape, but I think it will affect them nationally.
Can we say the DA Federal Executive Council's announcement that Patricia De Lille will remain on her position as the mayor of Cape Town was perpetuated by her remarks that she will take them to court, or is it because of the factionalism that is among the party?
They didn't say that she's going to stay there in the meantime, but they're going to charge her. So they're going to charge her internally, but they're going to probably make sure that it's managed by it is their federal legal executive who are going to deal with the disciplinary process. And I think they will take a lot of trouble to ensure that whatever happens in that case does not make it possible for De Lille to win a court case. Now, that doesn't mean De Lille will not go to court. De Lille may go to court even if she's not got a strong position, and that will also create further trouble. If they then try and kick out De Lille, they will have more and more trouble. So things are not looking good for the DA over there, although it may in the end lead to the axing of De Lille. I'm not in a position to say whether or not she should be axed. There are a number of allegations against her, but who knows?
And can this factionalism have an impact on the DA's performance leading up to the 2019 elections?
Yeah, I think so, because we see it also in the Gauteng provincial elections last year. A newcomer to the party, Khaleb Kachalia, challenges John Moody, but I think they managed to contain that one. But we don't know what level of factionalism there is elsewhere and at the top. What I think is crucial is that people have got the whiff of office, positions, wealth, all these things. And there's a lot of competition for it, like in the ANC, and consequently similar factionalism is developing. Thank you.
That was Professor Raymond Suttner speaking to Prima Media's Polity about the crisis revealed DA factionalism and extreme centralization.